This is one of the creepiest things ever found in a Minecraft cave. It all started when I was mining for some iron. I found this weird-looking blob that didn't look like any ore I'd ever seen before. At first, I thought it might be a new type of ore added in the Caves and Cliffs update, but it didn't look quite right. So I decided to break it with my pickaxe. But as soon as I did, something even weirder happened. It started to move. I immediately backed away from it, scared that it might attack me. But it didn't seem to be hostile. Instead, it just kept moving towards my base. And as it got closer, I could see that it wasn't just some kind of weird animal. It was actually another player. But how? There shouldn't have been anyone else on the server. I was playing on a brand new single-player world. I had only spawned in a couple minutes before. And I had spent that time mining for iron. And now here was this other player walking towards me like they owned the place. He kept coming closer and closer, and I started to get really scared. He was now literally 2 blocks away from me, and I had no idea what to do. I tried to run away, but he was way too fast for me. And then, well, he just started following me everywhere. It was like he wanted to team up with me or something. And at this point, I had no choice but to let him come with me back to my base. As we walked through the portal, I couldn't help but think how awkward this was. Like, what if he wanted to steal all my stuff while I was sleeping? But then I realized something even creepier. He didn't have any eyes. Okay, now that I was getting a good look at him, I could tell that this guy was definitely not normal. I mean, he didn't even look human anymore. He looked kind of like a zombie, except he wasn't trying to eat me. He was being nice. He helped me gather wood and set up a little house for us both to live in. And it was at that moment that I knew I had stumbled upon something truly special, a hidden secret that no one else had ever found before. We spent the whole night gathering resources and getting ready for the next day. I gave him some of the food that I had collected earlier, and we made a campfire to keep us warm. But as soon as the sun came up, things took another creepy turn. Remember how I said that he didn't have any eyes? Well, that's because they were both white. They looked like giant marshmallows, which meant only one thing. This wasn't just some random Minecraft player who had joined my game. It was one of the creepiest creatures in all of Minecraft. I don't know why it was following me or why it wanted to be my friend, but I wasn't about to find out. I had already learned enough from my experience with the derpy. I thanked him for everything he had done to help me out. And then I asked him to leave so I could be alone. I didn't want to be rude, so I gave him a nice goodbye present. And then I closed the door to my house. And that's when the nightmare began. I could hear him banging on my door and scratching at my windows. And then he started to scream. It sounded like he was in a lot of pain. I didn't want to hear it anymore, so I put on my headphones and tried to block it out. But then something even weirder happened. The door to my house started to break. He must have been really strong because it only had 3 or 4 wooden planks left by the time I got there. I barely managed to save my stuff. And then he finally broke the door down. And as he came in, I could see that his eyes were glowing red. It looked like he was really angry. So yeah, that's pretty much where I died. The Enderman ended up killing me a total of 3 times before I finally decided to team up with him and let him come back to my base. Together, we built a giant tower out of stone, and at the top, we made a little platform with a chest on it. Every time I would go to sleep, I would put all my stuff in the chest and then stand on the platform and wait for the Enderman to come back. Now, I do want to know if he can actually swim, or if he was just trying to make me feel special. But every morning when I woke up, he would always bring me a nice present from the ocean. He brought me diamonds, emeralds, even a saddle once. And I think he liked it when I pet him, because sometimes he would even bring me even more stuff just because he knew I liked him. To be honest, I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but it's definitely a very unique experience.